أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعين به ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الخلق أجمعين سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيب رب العالمين سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين اللهم اجمعنا معهم في عليين من غير سابقة عذاب ولا حساب آمين. Today's topic is about raising our youth. A very important matter that we face nowadays in the whole world and more especially in the West. The challenges are growing, but yet the solutions are there. It just requires a sincere father, a sincere mother, a sincere guardian to find the solution, to find the ways, to learn the knowledge about dealing with any challenge. We all have to believe that Allah Azza wa Jal has created this dunya for us to be tested. And part of the test is that we are going to be faced with challenges, with problems, with diseases, with ups and downs. And Allah have also created the remedy, the solution, the medicine in this dunya as part of His hikmah. It's all what it takes is for us to work hard and look around and search and learn how to deal with those challenges. The youth, and I see mashallah few youth here with us, the youth are our future. The generations that will carry on the da'wah, carry on the istikhlaf, continue what the fathers and grandfathers have started. And in the youth, we will find the fruit of our work. Whatever you implement today, you want to see it, you look at your children, you look at the generation to come, that will tell you, inshallah, the success story you want to hear and see. This is a huge topic. Talking about challenges and solutions will take many sessions, so I will summarize as much as I can. One of the great scholars who is specialized in dealing with tarbiyah, with upbringing younger generations, and he also specialized in dealing with family issues, is Dr. Mustafa Abu Sa'ad, Jazahullah khairan. So most of what I have chosen to share with you today, it's from his summary, from his books and his sessions. Dr. Mustafa Abu Sa'ad. Now, before we go to what to do, we want to analyze what's going on. We all know and we all hear the complaints that fathers and mothers, families have against their youth. The kids, who we call them here teenagers. They're very common and very similar in many, many cases, female and male alike. The different news, the strange thing that you can discover that wherever most of those complaints are actually natural phenomena, part of the growth of our teenagers. And if they are not there, you should be worried. This is to start with. What I dislike in the behavior of my own child, who is maybe 14, 15 years old, what I dislike about him or her, it's actually normal, and I should not dislike it. I should learn how to deal with it. So that's a really important matter to start with. So according to Dr. Mustafa, he's in the Arabic words, المظاهر التي نعتبرها سلبية معظمها طبيعي وتقتضيه طبيعة المرحلة العمرية والنمو لذلك يجب أن نتقبله بشكل إيجابي. That's the Arabic for what I said in English. And it's good to have examples. We go through the examples. And the examples, by the way, it varies in how much of that is available. Some of them may apply to your child, some may not. Some may apply to a little bit, extent, some too much. One, and it's not done here by a certain sequence, it's just summarized. صعوبة التعبير عن المشاعر وعدم التفاعل مع الآخرين وخصوصا عاطفيا. Most of teenagers they are perceived by their parents in a way that they are not expressing themselves clearly, or in a way that we parents understand or grasp. So that is a challenge. If my child suddenly from an age 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, anything, any thought, any feeling, they come and jump in your, on your feet, on your lap, and they tell you what they feel, they express their feelings, they ask many questions. Suddenly, you feel that they don't know how to express themselves. You're not understanding where they're going on. Either they talk too little or too much. So the expression, and especially when, you feel that they are either too much emotional or they're not emotional at all. Now, this example, going back to the title, it is natural growth of their age, related to their age. That's an example. So if this happens to you, don't worry, don't panic. If it doesn't happen, you might have to worry. This is their developing personality. Another example, تشكيل عاداته وأخلاقه وصداقاته وعلاقاته بالآخرين. They start to form their relationships with others. They start to embrace new habits and maybe, stay away from different habits they used to do, and even their manners and their thoughts. There is a great amount of change that worries most parents. And they sometimes think about it, not sometimes, most of the times, they think about it in a negative way. What happened to my child? Why he used to love sports? What happened suddenly? They might worry, they might think we need to see a doctor. Maybe he have a friend, maybe he has an injury. We keep on, because we're overprotective generally as parents, we always tend to look for reasons, and most of the time we think it's negative reasons. I'm just giving you examples, and I tell you these worries, they may not be real worries. They are part of the growth of your teenage child. So it's natural. Another thing, العنف اللفظي والجسدي مع من حوله. There is sometimes aggressiveness in the use of language with siblings, with friends, with even mom and dad. We don't want that. It looks wrong. It is wrong in a sense, but it is again part of the growth of the teenagers. And I'm not telling you as teenagers to use this against your parents. You cannot go and say, oh, mashallah, the imam said It's natural. I'm growing into a young man and I can, say whatever I want. No, there is a halal, haram, there's right and wrong, there is a boundary, there is a certain area. But what I'm saying is to the parents, and we'll go there, that if that happens to your child, and there is a certain tolerance to that, and how to manage it, how to understand it, and not to panic too much about it. So yes, the teenagers tend in many times to be more aggressive in their language and even physically. They try to be more physical in their playing with their siblings or with their friends, and they could have been so much quieter before, or much peaceful. And sometimes it's the opposite. Number 4, al-intiwa'iyya. Sometimes they become more lonely. They want to be with themselves. They spend, and that's very common nowadays, they spend most of the time in their rooms. And in many cases, we get complaints that they don't eat with us on the table anymore. They take their food and they go open their laptop or TV, and they just want to, even eating, where that could be the only time where the family get together. Even a lot of teenagers will tend to withdraw from their table and go alone. Is that something natural or to worry? To a certain extent, it is part of the growth and it happens. It is a phenomenon. It is something that sometimes the teenager himself doesn't know why, but it is there. And we want to learn how to manage it. When I'm not telling you to accept those changes as is and leave them, no. And we're learning here how to understand the reason and how to deal with it, and how to help our child to go through those changes and inshallah learn and use them to become a more positive human being. Another example, al-maylu li-itharat al-akharin. This maybe happens at the early teen, where kids start doing things to draw attention. Teasing, breaking rules, yelling without a reason. It happens at 12, 13, 14. So that is also part of their growth, and it happens a lot. Al-fawda, being not neat, not cleaning their room, leaving food behind. There is always an argument, especially from the mothers. Even daughters and kids, like female and male, the same thing. At a certain age, it happens a lot that they don't want to be clean, neat. The clothes are all over the place. The shoes are here and there. If that happens with you, you're not alone. It is something that happens with most of the teen. تصرفات بلا وعي وتفكير. A lot of things that we consider as adults as nonsense. Talking nonsense, doing nonsense, deciding nonsense, shifting from right to left without what's going on. This is also something that is related to age and growth. And one last example here, رفض الأوامر بلا مبرر. No, without a reason. Even sometimes anything the parents just ask for, the first thing is most of the time, no. Let's eat this, no. Why don't we go here? No. So this no, it is part of this age group. Now, why we gave those examples? Because again, first of all, if this happens to your house, you're not alone. This is part of growth, and it's getting a little bit more challenging for parents nowadays, because we are not equipped and we have not learned, and the media is not helping, and there is a bit of exaggerating in some of these points. And again, those, if they are in the acceptable degree, it's easier to manage. But if any of those behaviors are too much, like aggressiveness, too much loneliness, too much this and that, you need to seek an advice, a professional advice, real professional advice. Solutions, how to deal with those challenges. 1. تعلم كيف نتعامل مع هذه الفئة العمرية. We need to learn. Islam is all about knowledge. اقرأ, the first word that was revealed upon our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. اقرأ, read, learn, seek knowledge. And mashallah, tabarakallah, just write any title dealing with youth, My son is stubborn. My daughter is this and that. You will find tons and millions of resources, literally on your phone, handheld, small device. So knowledge. 2, here I'm not saying something you don't know, but we're grasping, and I'm telling you, we hear a lot of challenges. Sometimes the problem is not with our kids, it's how we manage their age group. Second thing is اكتساب مهارة إدارة المراهقين أو اليافعين. Knowledge, and then you need skill, and there's a difference. If I know how to read Quran, I might be a good reader of Quran, but I might not be a good teacher of Quran. I might not be a good reciter of Quran. So it's not enough that you know how to deal with the younger age, with the teenagers. You need to know to acquire the skill that will make you able to manage and lead the household, the challenges, and become closer to them. And how to acquire that skill? Again, you might need to attend sessions. You might need a coach to tell you. You might have to talk to someone who has passed through this and learn from others. But it is your responsibility as a father and a mother to learn this skill, because since you have decided to have children, you have to acquire the tools that will help you, make them the best children possible, and they will be the future leaders, inshallah. 3, كن مصلحا ولا تكن قاضيا. When most of the teenagers, when we talk to them, when they talk to us, they say that their problem that their parents judge them all the time. They feel, in any conversation, they feel they're in a court. It's always accusation. It's always pointing at them. It's always, do and don't. That is not the way that they will change, generally speaking. We look for a genuine positive change with our kids. So you need to be a muslih, someone who is an advisor, someone who advises with love, advises with care. Use the best tools. Check the heart of your child. What is the best key that is making a child, the best key for them is, buy him an iced cappuccino and take him for a walk. Do that. Another child, he loves to play soccer. Go in the field and give him an advice while playing with him soccer. A third child loves library. A fourth would like to go to camping. Go camp with them. Get close to them and use the right time to give the right advice the right way. And that is hikmah. That is wisdom. Use wisdom. Just throwing advices or thoughts without preparing may not lead you to reach your goals. So, kun muslihan, be an advisor, be a corrector, be a friend, rather than being a judge. Number 4, تعلم القدرة على الإقناع. Nowadays, it's growing that our children will not take information from you without saying why and how and what if. So there's a lot of discussion. And the older generation, my parents and my grandparents, used not to put a lot of time in discussion with their children. This is the way things will happen, and children were raised in a way they will just follow to, most of the time. Nowadays, the children at school, the things at the TV, with friends, there's always argument and discussion. I like to call it discussion, because argument, everybody wants to prove his point. Discussing and collaborating and understanding and talking nicely together, that's what should do. Parents, please discuss things with your children. Tell them the why before you tell them the how. Do salah. Maybe they will do salah, but why? Salah from sila, it's the connection, it gets you closer to your Lord. This is the benefit of it. This is the hikmah. Certain things have no why. Why we go around the Kaaba 7 times? Allah decided it's 7 times. Allah decided 5 times a day. We believe in our Lord. We don't know why, but we believe it's for our best. But 99% of our life, the why is so clear and easy and simplified. And discuss. Let your child talk and talk to them. Let them see in you what you want them to do. So we talked about iqna', al-ijabiyya, be positive. human beings tend to like a place that has positive ambience, positive environment. So if you do your best, the father and the mother, to make the house and to make yourselves, the relationship, the family, a positive environment, the more your child will trust this positive environment, the more you will be able to influence them and teach them and develop the good skills in them. Be positive. An example, even with the words, like if you tell your child, don't lie, lying is haram, what you said is absolutely true. The better way to say it is be truthful, and Allah Azza wa Jal wants you to be truthful, and He will provide you with heaven, with Jannah. So it's the same meaning, but you used a positive word. Be truthful. Don't lie. When someone lies, you are a liar. No, he's not a liar. The word liar means he have never said anything true in his life. But you said you did not say the truth about this certain incidents. That is, you're separating the description from the doing from the doer. And that is in psychology, sociology, it's very important. We need to learn how to communicate. When you keep on telling your child, you're a naughty boy, you're a liar, he will grow up believing that that's all about him. No, it's his actions. Oh, I hate you. No, you hate that part of action. You disagree with that, but you love him. لا للعنف اللفظي والجسدي. I'm not going to tell you avoid aggressive words and aggressive actions and beating. I'm telling you, do not do it at all. Not here, not back home. Why? Because Muhammad ﷺ never did it, and he is our example. Some of cultures may allow it. Most of us will say, my parents did use this type of treatment with me. They were aggressive sometimes, physically or verbally. And alhamdulillah, we're doctors, we're engineers, we're business people, we're here. No. If you go make a test for yourself, we have a lot of problems. No, whatever wrong things that our parents did with us, it's not making us more perfect. No. And Allah only, with His will, with His blessings, have made us reach this goal. And most of what we have trouble in our life has also to do with how we were brought up. And your parents are your parents. You are a parent of your child. They are created for a time, not your time. So do not. And this is, I'm not going to say please. I'm just telling you, do not. By Islam, by Allah, by law, by every meaning of bring up, use aggressiveness, not in your tone, not in words, not physically. توفير البدائل. I'm going through it so fast. The khutbah is done. And this goes with children and teenagers. When you tell your child not to do something or to stay away from a wrong habit, provide them with something better to do. Don't watch Netflix. Okay? That's not enough. Don't watch Netflix. Watch this. Don't read that book. Why don't you try this? Don't hang out with your friends, in the plaza. Come join soccer club. You're a good soccer player, or join basketball. Give them something better to do. If you leave them, the main problem we have nowadays is that the time of teenagers, the time of the young ones they have so much time, they have so much energy, and they are not using it properly, and they are not having the proper guidance to use it properly. So give them, if you want them to stop something, give them something better to do and convince them about it. تقوية الشخصية وخلق قناعات حتى لا يكون ذو وجهين. Make sure your child has a strong personality. They know what they are all about. They have a belief system. They have a certain personality they are proud of. And they do not, their personality, it doesn't change like in colors, depends on whoever is dealing with them. There are principles, there are beliefs, there are manners that they live with it, and stay with it. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم فيا فوز المستغفرين فاستغفروا الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. I'll end up with one topic that has few subtopics, which is بناء الهوية. A very important thing that Dr. Mustafa Abu Sa'id pointed, especially in the West, is building identity. Our teenagers, in many cases, they are lost. They don't know. Where are you from? Or what are you? Who are you? He doesn't know if he is Arab or Canadian. Is he Pakistani or Palestinian? Is he Muslim? Is he Sunni? Is he... there is confusion because there is a battle inside him between his culture, his religion, the place where he was born at, his friends, his community. We need to help them know who they are, their identity. And how can we help them do that? Number one, تحديد الأهداف في حياته. They need to know why they are alive, why they are here. There are targets, there are goals they need to keep in mind every day. And they cannot do that on their own. And if we don't help them, somebody else will give them different targets, and that's very dangerous. Second, تحديد القيم الجوهرية. The essence, the real things that matters, the ethics in their life. What matters? Number one, we have to teach them. Number one in your life, Allah and Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and Islam. Those values, the qiyam, if they're not clearly mentioned and continuously tackled and continuously learned and available in every aspect of their life when they're young and especially when they're teen, if they lose them, it's very hard to bring them back. The values, the qiyam, like Allah, Muhammad, Islam, al-sihha, the health, knowledge, al-ilm, al-akhlaqiyat, prioritize them. If without values, without qiyam, without ethics, we live like, people who have no guidance, no reason to live. And I'll go through the rest in a minute. أهمية التميز, the importance of being special in anything you do. We all want degrees. We all think being special is always about degrees. Of course, if it's possible. But what if my child, education, we tried our best, it's not for him. He wants to be a businessman. He wants to be a carpenter. He wants to own a car dealer. He wants to be a real estate agent. That's fine, as long as he can be the best he can in that. He wants to be someone who cut hair and have his own salon. No problem. But try to be the best you can. Al-ihsan, al-tamayyuz. الصحبة الصالحة. We all know that. Help them be among the righteous friends, because that is one of the biggest challenge we have here. And when parents come to us and complain, my child he has bad friends, I ask him, the parent, the mother, what are the names of the friends of your child? Whether daughter or... I know two of them, but the rest I don't know. Why? They won't tell me. They won't. You have to start early. Start early. We need to create this environment where friends will be righteous. It's not up to my child to choose his friend at early age. I help them choose the right friends. If you start from early age, inshallah on your teenage, whoever they grew up with, they will stay with. And the environment of the masjid, what best than the environment of the masjid? MashaAllah, we have Friday and Saturday here, groups, MashaAllah, they come together and make their children play together to create a suhbah salihah. Last, love. إشباعه بالحب داخل الأسرة وخصوصا البنات. Make them, fill them with love. They have to love you. And there are two types of love. Biological love and the love that they choose, a love by choice. We all know that they love us because we are their parents. But that was not by choice. That is inside, that's genetic, biological. We want them to love us because of who we are, because of the qualities that we bring to their life, because the way we communicate with them. That love of choice, when I ask kids, sadly, very few of them, they do love their parents, the non-biological, the one by choice. They will choose to be with their parents. So, and listen to them when they talk, be a good listener, and discuss things with them, get involved, put time, and a lot of time. This is a very summarized khutbah about a very important topic. Inshallah, more khutab to come, and I encourage you to learn, educate, gain the skill. Your teenagers are your responsibility. They don't know yet about life, but you have to use the proper tools, and with the dua and the help of Allah Azza wa Jal, inshallah we help them reach with us together الفردوس الأعلى آمين. اللهم اغفر لنا وارحمنا واهدنا واهد بنا واجعلنا هداة المهديين. اللهم اهد أولادنا واهد بناتنا واهد زوجاتنا واهد أزواجنا إلى ما تحب وترضى. اللهم اجعلنا ممن يستمعون القول فيتبعون أحسنه. اللهم تقبل منا صلاتنا وصيامنا وقراءتنا للقرآن. اللهم احفظ علينا أبناءنا. اللهم اجعلهم فخرا لنا. اللهم اجعلنا وبأبنائنا فخرا للأمة محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم اسقنا من يد محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم في يوم القيامة شربة ماء لا نظمأ بعدها أبدا. اللهم احشرنا مع الصالحين والأنبياء والشهداء وحسن أولئك رفيقا في الفردوس الأعلى من غير سابقة عذاب ولا حساب. آمين آمين آمين. وأنت يا أخي أقم الصلاة. Please stay with us for 2 minutes after the salah. We have an announcement, a special